Hello there everyone, this is Chillainous. Welcome back to Minecraft mod pack STONEBLOCK4. In between episodes, or even during some of the last episodes, I've been working on upgrading the aesthetics of the base. It's starting to look really good, but this is my favorite room. The walls are made out of iron blocks, but this grey and pale purple color is really nice. In the upstairs, I have also added in teleporters for our other rings to move around the world a little bit better, and I don't know why I didn't actually get on these much sooner. Today we are going to begin working on digital storage, and it's going to be a long day, so I'm not going to faff around too much. We're going to get right into it, starting off with this room up here. We've already got a flawless budding Certus quartz crystal here, and I'm going to take out all of the crystals here. We get 32 for that. And if we check our quest book here, we've already got the dosh, 3 dosh for that, and a not so mysterious cube. We get to choose between AE2 or refined storage 2. We'll probably go refined storage 2 because I know that one a little better. And if we're getting Certus quartz dust and Certus quartz crystals, we get another 3 dosh. Next up, we'll need a circuit fabricator, which is a multi-block that creates processors for RS2. They do require power, but it doesn't matter which one we use. These in for the computer. Did I make a mistake? Oh, it's 2 pistons. Try that again. Alright, let's start making our RS system here. To make the controller, we need world engine. We also need to get advanced processors sorted, which requires diamond, silicon. We have both of them. This is new, processor binding. Luckily, it's nothing too difficult. It's just slime balls and redstone. Is it going to make X amount at once? Yes. And we should get about 4 stacks out of this. That should last us forever at this point. Alright, let's intentionally flood this tiny area here, and then we are going to throw in Certus quartz, redstone dust, and iron ingots, and it should all fuse to— oh my lord, that is popcorning everywhere. Did that give us 4 stacks? No, just 2, that's fine. Right, we're looking at this side of the storage here. We have now made our entrance into refined storage, and we have our controller. Next up is the disk drive and some disks. Get 10 dosh for doing those 2 bits there. Alright, we have our grid placed, but it's not hooked in. We do need to hook it into the stuff upstairs, which still also isn't hooked in, but that will be done very momentarily. Going to try and run cables. I don't know, we're kind of limited by the smeltery here in the back. Try and put the cables in the walls, make it look really cool and stuff, and then we'll just have to bring it down to this point here. Okay, we will put the controller right here. Then it needs to be hooked into the power. It needs to be hooked into the network. There's its power at least. We will also cover that up. Then we're going to set up some cables all the way through here, under here. You'll see. I'm glad that we're almost done here. My inventory is starting to look like a bomb has hit it. I think the exposed cables look really cool. I don't know about you, but we are set up here with our controller. Then just need to hook in some disk drives, and I'm going to do something a bit different with the floor as well. How cool does this ceiling look? And when I'm done, I'm going to make it all dark and everything up there, so it should look almost endless. Hopefully, that's the plan. But yeah, I think this is going to look really sick. Wow, this digital storage can't come soon enough. Honestly, I'm running around everywhere like a chicken with its head cut off. Alright, if everything is wired in properly, I should already have access to all of my barrel storage here. Yes, this is everywhere across the base at this point. Wow, we have so much. Now we need to hook in the disk drives and get these things here into them. Right, at first we're going to set the priority for these drives here very slightly higher. That way we don't put it into any empty slots in our other drawers. And we'll try and get in as much storage here as we can. Alright, we'll throw these guys here into the storage housing. There is 16,000 storage right there. And let's drop it into the disk drives. There we go, there's the beginning of our digital storage. Now what we need to do is grab all of our garbage and throw it in here. Let's just make sure that we are on the right priority before I do this. Highest first. Right, let's get some stuff in here. Probably could use an importer for this if we wanted to save a bit of time, but I find it kind of just relaxing to throw everything in and just know that it's all done and nothing is in the wrong spot, and I don't know, just nice. It's relaxing. Alright, for now we will be keeping this crystal barrel around because we want to keep all of our ores separate for a hot second, but these two here can actually go in. We can now just search for items like the chisel here, and when we're done, it can all just go back in here. The power of digital storage. It is so cool. Next up, we're going to get into auto crafting. I'm going to have some of the machines sitting here in the middle of the room, and then we'll also set up some plane patterns over here on the wall just to fill up some of that space. But what we're going to need is a few things. The first thing is a pattern grid. So we should have everything to make the grid. Yes. And then from there, we should be able to make the pattern grid. Nope, we need to make a pattern. That's cool. We'll just throw that in there. There's our pattern grid there. Alright, so we'll make a handful of patterns here. We'll just make like 10 to start with. Actually, let's make a few more. Let's make like 20. We'll probably end up using that many, to be fair. Now on to making some auto crafters. Let's make as many as we can to begin with. Actually, 20 also seems like a good amount for that. So we're going to need 80 quartz enriched iron, 40 advanced processors, and 20 construction and destruction cores. Okay, we don't have enough processors, but that's fine. And then 2 million FE as well. Oh lord. We will have to get onto all the stuff that it did ask us to do about the auto crafting biddies, but we do have now 12 million FE, so we can actually make 6 auto crafters. Alright, let's get onto it. Wait, did I do the math wrong? We're out of power. Oh no. Okay, I just had to give it the tiniest bit more power, and now we have 6 auto crafters. Then these guys go back on for slow charging. Literally slow charging. Alright, so I'm going to place a couple of these on the ground. We do want to be able to see them. I feel like they need to be around the other way, but then we'll put a few here in the wall. We're going to leech off this cable right here, and we're going to dye them magenta. Yeah, that way it keeps with the purple theme in the wall. That looks really good. Alright, so one of the first things we're going to do is get some basic processing recipes sorted, wood into wood planks, etc. Then maybe some pistons, some redstone, torches, compacting drawers, because we are going to need a lot for all of our metal storage as well. So we'll do that in these basic ones right here. Then we will put all these guys in here. Why are you flashing now? Yeah, we are running in and out of power. Alright, let's say that we want to make a compacting drawer now. So we already have one in there, but I think you can control click it. Yes. And let's say that we want 8 more. So we do 10 minus 2, and we will also notify, because that's a new thing. What is this? Tree. I like that look a lot more than the, oh, that looks really cool, than the list view. So we'll do the tree view, we'll get that started. And you can see here that it is actually crafting it very slowly, but that's because we have no speed upgrades in here. And you can see that it does actually accept speed upgrades, so we might have to get onto some of them. There you go, there's our compacting drawers sorted, so we can pull out all 9. And then we just put in all the metals and everything. And now we don't have to worry about going through the crafting thing. We just say, hey, I want these crafted. Let's see if we can set up the auto smelter here to have a crafting pattern. I'm almost thinking about putting a small border around these things so that only the tops show, which I think could be pretty cool. Put that right there. For some reason, something is telling me that this is round the wrong way, but we'll figure that out as we go. And this is going to be very quick and dirty for now. Just going to place the cables across, make sure they get power. Oh, no problem. So if we do the refined storage, we can actually craft them. And I do just want to try and make one and see if it works. Of course, we already have conduit binder, so we can't craft it. Let's take out all the conduit binder here. And then just to make sure, we're going to throw it outside the inventory as well. Put in the cables, and now we try again. Let's try and make another 10 here. So you can see it's actually trying to make it. It says that there are missing resources. What is missing? Conduit binder. Yes, I get that. That's why we have a pattern for... I didn't put it in again. That's probably a reason why it wasn't working. Let's go 10. Actually, let's go 20. And notify. And now it is cooking. So that was facing around the wrong way. Could also just be because I didn't have the pattern in there. Then it needs to pull out from there. So we do need an exporter as well on this thing. We live and learn. We just connect the cable up to the top. It has this ugly connection though. Would be better if it were at the top. Let's say that we want the refined storage one. This should now put it all in there. So we'll say 30. The smeltery is doing something. It is extracting the items as well. I would say this is a success. It's very slow at extracting. The only thing we need to do now is just tidy it up and get a couple more things in the loop. Alright, so this is what I've come up with. It would be cleaner to have them in the wall. There is no doubt about that. It's relatively tidy as well. So we'll just have a line of power cable behind the machines, and then we'll have a line of importers along the top of the machines, and everything will be good. And just to make things even easier as we move around the base, we're going to make some wireless grids. I do believe we need to make 3 of each. Disregard, we also need an auto crafting monitor. So we need to make the wireless grid, wireless crafting grid, wireless auto crafting monitor. Then we can put it all together into the wireless universal grid. Bind it, put it in the charger here, make a wireless transmitter. And I'm just going to pop that on top of this cable here. Now, wherever we are in the area, I will have to expand this, but wherever we are in the area, we can now open up our wireless grid wherever we want. Let's see the range on this thing. Okay, so we have pretty much up to the chicken wall, so I'll have to put some cables in through the ceiling, some more wireless transmitters, and get it at least out to the mob farm. At least if I'm working upstairs there or across in the chickens or whatever, I don't have to come all the way here just to get stuff out of the storage. It's really good. And just so we can check the coverage, here we are in the east part of the base. We have a torch up here. Our original wireless torch here at the crafting grid. One up here at our fishing hole. Have one here with the create spinning gears. One here at the farming area. From the farming torch in the crafting grid, we can also access the crafting grid from inside the Ars Nouveau and enchanting area. Over by the chickens, we have a torch here. And there was a little dead spot here in the mob farm, so I also included a torch here. Now I'm going to go cover it all up. And just like magic, you'd never even know there were cables here. Unfortunately, I have run out of time to record this episode. The new rating schedule for Final Fantasy XIV is hectic. If you like MMORPGs, you can see me streaming that live on twitch.tv/Chillainous or here on YouTube, youtube.com/@NoChillainous. I was also planning on doing a couple of other things, including upgrading our gear and upgrading our power. I do have a system to get the power sorted. It's not exactly elegant, but it does produce results. And upgrading our gear as well will have to wait until the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the button while you're down there, and leave your thoughts about this video down in the comments section. What would be your ideal way to produce power? But with all that, I hope you do take care of yourselves. There is only one of you, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care everyone. Ciao!